to Scrapyard Diecast Racing.
It's the Then vs. Now Challenge 3!
As always, I'm your host, Barnabas Tone.
And this is me, your co-host, Frederick Allen Seto. We are back for the second qualifying race of the Then vs. Now Challenge 3. Let's meet today's racers, Barry.
Up first for Team Then, it's this gorgeous 1952 custom VW Beetle, driven by Señorita Lolita Montero, all the way from her hometown in Cuernavaca, Mexico. Followed by Fräulein Emma Rands, coming all the way from Hanover, Germany, driving this 100% factory original 1962 VW Beetle.
Then, up first for Team Now, we have the 2012 VW Beetle, driven by Little Miss Bobby Beck, and her hometown is Wichita, Kansas. And finally, we have Miss Shelley Harper from San Francisco, California, in the 2019 VW Beetle convertible. And if you haven't been paying attention up till now, yes, all of today's drivers are women, which is a first in Scrapyard history.
And a quick reminder of another first. We had 48 entries wanting to race, but we only have 32 spots in the tournament. That's why we are having these 8 elimination races.
And what's not a first is the winner of this tournament will have to face and beat the 2-year reigning champion, the Bear, to be crowned the grand champion and greatest car of all time.
Now, let's get to the part you're all here for. Let's get this race started. Here we are at the Guillotine Gate for Heat 1. In the front line we have Lolita and the 52 Custom in Lane 1, and Emma Rands driving her Classic 62 in Lane 2.
Then, in the back row, we have the Kansas Homecoming Queen, Bobby Beck, in the 2012 in Lane 3. And finally, Ms. Shelley Harper in the 2019 convertible is in Lane 4. And while the safety officials are doing their last-minute safety checks, here's a quick look at the race rules. Every elimination race consists of 5 heats. First place is 5 points, second place is 3 points, third place is 2 points, fourth place 1 point, a DNF is a big fat 0 points. And you can make it across the line any way possible. Upside down, being pushed, backwards, it doesn't matter. Just get across the finish line. And as always here at the Scrapyard, this is not a timed event. And a reminder, only the top 2 point scorers at the end of 5 heats will advance to the actual tournament. Everyone else is sent packing with a one-way bus ticket back home.
The safety officials have given us the thumbs up to get this show on the road. We are a go.
3, 2, 1, go!
Here they go!
Oh no!
Shelley is off track!
Kansas is out!
It's chaos in the canyon!
They all spin! Into the camera!
Wait, we still have an image! Nope, never mind. Yep. Okay, I'll let everyone know. Thanks.
What is it, Al?
It was news about Shelley.
Is she okay? She let out quite the scream.
She broke her heel.
Ouch! That sounds like it could have been painful.
No, not on her foot. The heel on her shoe. Supposedly, she had just bought a brand new pair of designer shoes just for this race. And they didn't even make it to the first turn.
And she's fine? I mean, she went headfirst into a pile of junk.
Oh yeah, she's totally fine. She was wearing a helmet. But even though Shelley was out of the race, her car was not. It actually managed to block Bobby Beck from Kansas and knock her out of the heat. Then, in Clunker Canyon, that convertible blocks and flips Lolita's custom Beetle to take second place. I haven't seen a Beetle drive itself that well since Herbie the Love Bug.
And Emma spins her way across the line with that perfect 62 and takes out a perfect finish line cam.
But that trusty cam holds on long enough for us to see the convertible and the custom 52 cross the line. Well, for our first ever all-ladies race, we ended up with every car on their roof, 2 drivers out, 1 car that didn't finish, and a ruined pair of designer high heels. What does that translate to on the scoreboard? Well, it equals 5, 3, 2, and 0 points. And here we are back at the guillotine for Heat 2. Up front in Lane 1, it's Hanover's own Emma Rands in that beautiful 62. Then, one spot over to the right, back in the driver's seat, it's Shelly Harper in the convertible 2019.
Did she change her race suit?
Of course, Barry. She just broke a heel, and her new shoes didn't match her old outfit. So of course she had to get a new outfit.
Really?
Oh, and a new purse. Plus a manicure to match it all.
Are we done?
No, she also got her hair done.
But she's wearing a helmet. You know what? Never mind. In the back row, we have Lolita Montero in lane 3. And rounding up the lineup, it's the Wichita sweetheart, Bobby Beck in lane 4.
3, 2, 1, go!
They flip!
What was that?
Oh my god!
Shelly is out again!
What? A flash thunderstorm?
This one is all over.
Barry, that one left me dizzy. I need to see it again. In very, very slow motion. I still don't know what the heck we just watched, Barry. Like a million things just happened. So let's take it from the top. Things start out normal with a nice clean launch out of the guillotine gate.
And the ladies keep a nice tight grouping coming down Nevada.
And then Emma in the 62 and Shelly flip again in the bottleneck.
But miraculously, Shelly manages to stay in her car.
And then we get what I thought was a technical glitch, but now I know it was electrical interference from that out-of-nowhere freak storm.
And speaking of freak events, all 4 ladies had their cars shiny side down in Carmine Corner. And Shelly is once again ejected from her convertible and lets out another scream. At least she didn't land in a pile of junk this time. Do we know if she's okay?
It was a nail.
Ouch! She landed on a nail? Wow, that must have really hurt.
No, Barry, she broke a nail. And like I said in the starting gate, she had just gotten them done.
Moving on. Once we were in Clunker Canyon, we have a full-on deluge, and a bolt of lightning actually strikes Emma's 62, causing it to flip back on its wheels.
That is definitely a scrapyard first, Barry.
Al, that might be a history first, because I've never seen anything like that in all my years of broadcasting.
You've seen a lot of storms in your day, especially when you helped your younger brother get all those animals on the ark.
And now this heat truly does have everything. Because you've ended this heat with a DNF.
Don't you mean the ladies did not finish DNF?
No, I mean your jokes are a DNF. As in, definitely not funny.
Hey!
And unfortunately, Al was right. With all 4 ladies unable to cross the line, it's zeros for everyone. And that keeps our overall scores exactly the same.
And here we are back at the guillotine gate for Heat 3. Looks like the weather cleared up during that last replay, so hopefully it's sunny skies for the rest of the race.
Hopefully the only thing carrying over from the last heat is the starting positions.
And since during the replay the safety officials have squeegeed all the rain off the track, we could get right to the countdown.
3, 2, 1, go!
Shelly's ejected!
They're all still in it!
They all get loose!
Whoa, watch out!
And there goes another camera.
Well, no breaks in that heat, Barry.
What are you talking about, Al? This is now our second finish line cam that has been destroyed in this race.
Camera? No, I was talking about Shelly's nails or shoes. All those things made it through just fine, even though she herself was ejected from her car once again in the bottleneck.
And for the first time, all 4 ladies make it through Carmine Corner. Well, 3 drivers and all 4 cars to be precise.
And in Clunker Canyon, Emma was about to lose it, but uses the clunkers to stay on track and in the lead.
But coming down the boulevard full speed in reverse is just more than that 62 Beetle can handle. That classic car is known for its iconic looks, not its brakes. and into the camera she goes.
But she did try to use the safety rocks at the end to slow herself down. Meanwhile, we could just catch a glimpse of Lolita's Custom 52 coming in second place, and Bobby's yellow 2012 coming in third. And even though the camera cut out, the safety officials have informed us that Shelly's driverless convertible hit the wall halfway down the boulevard and did not cross the line.
And with that calamitous end, we have Emma gaining 5 points for first, Lolita with 3 points for second. Bobby Beck finally gets across the line and picks up 2 points for third. And since neither Shelly, her car, or her shoes made it across the line in this heat, she gets 0 points. And after this heat, while it's still anyone's game, Emma Rands of Germany is building quite a comfortable lead.
Here we are, Heat 4, and the way this race is going, I have no idea even what to say.
Well, I do. In the pole position for the first time is Shelly Harper in the 2019 convertible. Let's hope she's buckled up this time. One spot to her right is the Midwestern Belle, Bobby Beck, in the 2012. She's had trouble crossing the line thus far. Let's see if her luck turns around in this heat. Then, in the back row, we have points leader Emma Rands in her pristine 62 Beetle. And finally, in lane 4 is Senorita Lolita Montero in that meticulously custom-built 1952 Beetle.
Thanks, Barry. Now that I've picked my jaw up off the ground, I think I'm ready to see whatever this heat has to bring. Let's get that countdown started.
3, 2, 1, go!
Trouble in the bottleneck. They make it through. Here they come.
Whoa, what a hard hit! Look at that! Emma still hasn't come to a standstill after that one. Alright, Barry, that one was relatively clean. The ladies tear out of the guillotine gate nice and fast.
Then we could see them starting to battle for position coming down Nevada.
Then, for the first time, Shelly does not flip her convertible in the bottleneck. Instead, it's Shelly who gives Bobby's yellow 2012 a San Francisco treat, blocking her and causing a bottleneck within the bottleneck, leaving no room for Lolita or Emma to maneuver around.
And it looks like Harper was on a mission because that convertible extends its lead going through Carmine Corner.
She gets a little loose in Clunker Canyon, but by tapping that Scrapyard Diecast racing trailer, it gives her the opportunity to turn herself around and remind us to ask you to please subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so already.
Then Shelly rockets across the line, crashing into and destroying yet another finish line cam.
But you can see Bobby working overtime, blocking Lolita to make sure she takes second, while the Mexican native comes in last place, giving the opportunity for Emma Rands in that beautiful 62 to come in third place. And unfortunately, the camera cut out and we missed Emma Rands' tremendous crash, but we did get signal for just long enough to see the trembling result that literally left her car shaking.
Someone who was shaking and baking is West Coast Shelly Harper, who gets a huge first place win, giving her 5 big points. Bobby Beck fought hard for her well-deserved 3 points, and finally Emma and Lolita get 2 and 1 points respectively. However, with 12 overall points, Miss Emma Rands from Germany has already locked her position in the tournament. Here we are back at the gate for the final heat. In lane 1, it's the racer that most desperately needs those first place 5 points. It's Bobby Beck in the 2012. To her right is the racer who already has all the points she needs, Emma Rands in the 62. Then, starting off in the back row, in lane 3 is the racer who has had the most costume changes and difficulty staying in her car, Shelly Harper in the convertible. And last, in lane 4, in the most unorthodox starting position I have ever seen, is Lolita Montero in the custom 52.
She says she calls that position the salsa tapatio because it's a lot spicier than it looks.
Well, we're about to see if it will pay off for her, because the officials have cleared the track and this final heat is a go.
3, 2, 1, go!
Lolita with a big miss.
Emma flips.
Emma gaining speed.
What the heck? Emma still hasn't come to a standstill again. She's still spinning.
Let's analyze this last heat, Al. I give a lot of credit to Lolita for trying something different, knowing she had to leave it all on the track. We can now see that her salsa tapatio move put her in a direct line to try to cut off and take out Shelley Harper, who was the favorite to move on to the next round. And coming down Nevada, Lolita tries for a pit maneuver, but comes up just short and ends up going into the wall instead.
But it's actually Bobby Beck from Kansas who put a pit maneuver on points leader Emma Rands. And it's a brutal pit maneuver, sending that pink Beetle immediately on its roof.
But by the time they get into Carmine Corner, Bobby is also on her roof, while Emma Rands is perplexingly pulling away and accelerating.
Also, at this point in the race, we have two upside-down cars in the lead, a convertible in third place, the convertible's driver in fourth place, and Lolita in an unheard-of fifth place. I think all of that was just sensory overload for Lolita Montero, because she pulls over and calls it quits.
Then spectacularly, Emma Rands has actually increased her lead going down Clunker Canyon. And Kansas's reigning Miss Congeniality, Bobby Beck, is fighting hard for second place by blocking that driverless convertible while on her roof. Then coming down the boulevard in what can only be described as one of the most dazzling finishes of all time, Emma Rands helicopter spins her way across the line, while Shelley's driverless convertible manages to overtake Bobby Beck's yellow Beetle for second place.
Barry, I just got word from the finish line crew that they reviewed the tape and Emma actually purposely pulled off 25 full rotations. Plus, supposedly it's a move she created in the German Ladies Racing Nürburgring League, and it's called the Bavarian Schuhplatter.
Well, whatever it's called, it's going in the Scrapyard record books as one of the greatest all-time finishes for sure. And speaking of finishes, with that first place Bavarian Schuhplatter, Emma Rands increases her lead by 5 additional points, decimating the competition with a final 17 points. And at several points during this race, the 2019 convertible may have ended up losing shoes, nails, and the driver, but it did not lose the overall race, coming in second place with 11 points. And with that well-deserved win, that pristine, factory-original pink 1962 Beetle is tonight's overall winner. Congratulations, Emma Rands of Hanover, Germany. Your performance was wunderbar.
Perhaps Shelley Harper is used to cable cars in San Francisco, and that's why she couldn't remain seated in her car. But regardless, she still advances to the main tournament.
Unfortunately, Bobby Beck will be saying goodbye, y'all, as she heads back to Wichita.
Finally, while I personally thought Lolita had the coolest looking Beetle on the track tonight and she tried something gutsy with the salsa tapatio move, she regrettably does not have the points needed to move on. And this is where we say adios and wish her a safe trip back to Cuernavaca. And from a race filled with bugs, we move on to our next race, filled with goats.
That's right, Al, Pontiac goats. Join us next time when we have 4 beautiful Pontiac GTOs. And on that note, as always, I'm your host, Barnabas Tone. Thank you for watching, and good night.
Second versus now challenge. 3